Yeah. On Saturday night, April 9th, one of the best fights for my money on the schedule. A fight, it's pretty mouth-watering to a lot of boxing fans. Sebastian Fundora taking on Erickson Lubin in, just like I said, one of the best fights on the schedule. Sebastian, how you doing?
Great. How are you? How are you?
Doing good, doing good. So we got this big fight coming up in on April the 9th against Erickson Lubin. What are your thoughts about 8-9 days out?
Yeah, I'm just ready. We're ready for the fight. We've been ready for this past month. I've been itching to fight again, so just excited.
You got tell us, Erickson Lubin. Do you see this fight? Your million punches per round against his power punching. Is that the way you look at it?
Yeah. It's an exciting fight. It's as exciting as the fans are saying. So tune in April 9th, and then you'll get the show you want.
And then obviously there's a lot of stuff going on the 154-pound division, especially on with PBC. Again, it was formally announced today with a press release with Charlo and Castano and Tim Tszyu last week. A big performance on April 9th. Do you see this? You're going to be fighting some pretty much mega fights?
I hope so. Hopefully we have next after that Charlo Castano fight.
Is this
will be the number one for WBC, and that's the mandatory right there. So,
what do you see in Erickson Lubin right now? Do you see as the same fighter before the knockout of Charlo? Is he a different fighter? What do you see in Erickson Lubin?
I would imagine he's different now. I would imagine he learned from that fight, and I hope he brings the best Lubin to bring.
You feel, obviously, because of your height and the amount of punches you throw, that fighters can't assimilate you for sparring, and it's just when they get in the ring with you, they're seeing some kind of animal that they haven't seen before.
Yeah, I guess. I just fight the way I fight. I don't really care what other people think. The opponent across from me, I just want to go in there and do what I do best and get the job done.
How many times obviously you have your style where you throw a lot of punches. Is it difficult? Because I know there probably are times where, you may be told to, stay on the outside, you use your gifts, and somehow you're always in these brawls.
Yeah. I always think to myself, why not? Especially if I'm stronger than the guy. You could tell when you're stronger than the person. I go over there and I just dog them out. That's what I like to do. I like to go and fight.
Obviously, you've built up a real good following. I think a lot of it is because of that style. But is this the fight that really maybe is going to take you to the next level? I know the last fight, obviously, Garcia, he had a real good record. Wasn't that well known in the United States. Lubin is a guy who's been on the big platforms before. With a win here on next Saturday night on April 9th, is this the fight that's going to kind of take you to that next level?
If it does, that's wonderful. If it doesn't, that's fine too. But we just plan to win. I want that this is the last fight before the title. I would hope so. And that's what we're aiming for. We're aiming for a championship in this weight class.
You mentioned that. You mentioned before, this is the fight that's going to get you number one. Obviously, you have a real tough customer who was a great amateur, has been knocking on the door of a title shot since his loss to Charlo. Is it tough to not, like I said, you've mentioned getting a title a couple of times in just this interview alone. Is it tough not to think about that, being that you have this difficult fight in front of you?
No, my mind's like a racehorse. It keeps straight. I have my goal, and I'm gonna keep running towards my goal until I get to it.
Couple last questions. Obviously, a new player, quote, on the American scene in the 154-pound division made a debut last week. Tim Tszyu, did you watch the fight? Because obviously you guys may meet at some point down the line.
I didn't watch the fight. I saw the highlights on Instagram. He did his job. And I'm happy for him. Debut here in the United States, and then I'm sure he captured a lot of fans.
And who do you like in the big rematch on May 14th? You have an opinion on that?
Who wins that?
Yeah.
I have Charlo. I have Charlo. His strength is too strong for him.
And did you feel? What did you think of the first fight? That was a Sebastian Fundora type of fight with two guys going back and forth with each other.
Yeah, I just see from the first fight, I just saw that Charlo was too strong, and I think he's gonna exploit that the second fight. So
there you have it, Sebastian Fundora. Any final comments before we see you next week? You're fighting in Las Vegas. One other question: fighting in Las Vegas. I know you've done it before. What is that bring a little extra out of you being the Las Vegas on April 9th?
Well, not really. It's not like I'm gonna go gamble after the fight. So,
well, the history and everything with the Las Vegas fight scene. I got it. I got it. Well, any final thoughts before we let you go and see you in the ring next week?
April 9th, tune in. It's going to be the fight of the year, hopefully. So just expect an entertaining fight.
It's funny. It's a lot of fighters always say it could be a fight of the year. I agree with you. I mean, I think for lack of word, there's going to be a lot of violence in the ring on April 9th. Do you agree with
that? Definitely.
There you have it. Sebastian Fundora, thank you for a few minutes of your time. We wish you best luck, and we'll talk to you along the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.